So film photography is always something that interests me quite a bit. However, I just don't have the time to learn A, and then B, I've always heard it was pretty expensive. Fortunately, it seems that there's a solution to that problem now. There's a Lightroom Classic plugin called Dehancer, and what Dehancer does is help make your photo look more like it was shot with film. Now, full disclosure, Dehancer did reach out to me to do a review on this product. However, I'm not getting paid. They're simply just giving me the product for free to do some testing and get an honest opinion. And through a couple emails, fortunately, they do seem very genuine about wanting an honest review. So I figured the best way to do this, at least for me, is to go ahead and do a portrait session and theme it towards more 70s attire and apply this Dehancer plugin to those photos. So I got together with Kelly and she dressed up in her 70s attire and we did some various things like playing around with a record player, looking at her records, as well as go outside and get some nice cool sun backdrop photos. So that was a fun photo shoot. I'm really happy how those photos came out. So let's get right on to here in Lightroom Classic and test out this Dehancer plugin. So I have my library of all the photos I took with Kelly, and I think a lot of them came out pretty good. So I'm really excited to see what this Dehancer plugin does. So in Lightroom Classic, what you're gonna have to do is right-click your photo, go all the way up to Edit In, and you're gonna edit in Dehancer Lightroom. When you download this, they do give you the instructions on how to import a plugin to your Lightroom Classic, so don't worry about that. It was very helpful. It's the first time I ever did anything like this, so it was pretty user intuitive. Okay, so then the photo launches in the Dehancer plugin, and over here on the left, you can see a whole bunch of presets that the Dehancer team came up with. So for example, here's a Fujifilm Insta-X plugin that makes it look a little bit more orange. You can tell it adds quite a bit of halation to this photo. Now clicking through a few of these, I kind of always gravitate towards the Kodak ones as they kind of fit the feel of this specific photo shoot that I did. There's presets that have a lot more grain, like this one, Polaroid preset, here's some black and white presets down here, and all of them give it a more unique look, making it feel overall a lot more organic. Like yes, this picture right here, there's a lot of noise in it, but it kind of works with the photo for some reason. Being able to get that film look without investing in all the expensive film and gadgets that you need to develop film with a simple Lightroom Classic plugin opens up a whole new world of creative possibilities. All right, so I'm gonna go back up to Fujifilm Insta-X here, and now we're gonna take a look at the right side of this plugin. At the top, you can see the source menu, and this is gonna help you control the exposure and things like temperature. So looking at the photo I have here, I kind of want to take the temperature down just a tad. And let's go ahead and play with the exposure here to see what it looks like. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Now you can see there's several other things you can play with here. Let's go ahead and click Film Developer and see what that does. Now, probably one of the more important things when you're editing to emulate film is halation. And right down here, they have a tab devoted to it. So let's go ahead and turn this halation tab off here and take a look at how it changes. See how it looks a lot more digital now? Now let's go ahead and turn it back on. Kind of softens it up, gives it that orange, reddish tint to it to make it look a little bit more like film. Really what I find most impressive about all of this is how many options there are for editing. Like you're scrolling through this and there's not just one or two kind of main tabs. You got halation, you got bloom, you got vignetting. Up here you got film grain, your color adjustments, picking different film that it might have been shot on in this profile. Like there's a lot you can do with this. And even if you're not wanting to get into the specific details of trying to edit in all of these and you're kind of just picking up a camera, taking photo, going out for a photo shoot, maybe you're taking photos of the city or doing a portrait session and they want to have more of a film-like effect. A lot of these presets over here on the left, I find them to be pretty cool. I feel like this, I'm gonna murder this name, Role Ortho 25 preset here. You can tell there's kind of a bit of grain here when you zoom in, but there's not that much. It just kind of gives it more of a cool feeling. Overall, this is kind of something that I would use coming back from a wedding shoot or something like that, where I want to get a few images to look a little bit different, more like film. I'm still gonna edit a bulk of my images the way I always do, but it'll be kind of cool to give a subsection of, hey, this is more of a retro film type delivery for you guys, just to switch it up a little more and make it a little more unique. So I think I'm definitely gonna incorporate this into my wedding editing workflow. Now here's just a few more photos I took with Kelly using this Dehancer plugin to edit, and I really enjoy how these came out. It really added to the depth and the story that we were trying to tell that this was more of like a retro type shoot. You know, going through the editing process for this shoot made me realize that Dehancer's not just for experienced photo editors, you know, the people that are gonna play with elation, the bloom, etc. But just using it to apply their presets and making minor adjustments can get pretty promising results. Now I'm gonna leave a link down in the description where you can look into Dehancer and purchase it if you want. I do know they have other options. They have a phone app that I downloaded and I tried out. It works pretty well, it's very intuitive. And right here, I actually did a short on that iPhone application. And if you're more interested in the iPhone app, I'll leave a link down to that short in my description. Feel free to check that one out. Anyways, guys, I hope this helped make a decision for whether or not you want to invest in something like Dehancer or not. Depending on your projects and what your specific workflow is, it could be very valuable to you, but you really have to keep in mind what you want to deliver to your clients and if this is something that they're looking for, because if it's not, it might not be worth the investment. For me personally, I really like how it looks. I'm excited to deliver my clients kind of like 3 to 5 to 6 photos of a different look within their full delivery. But for you, it may or may not be worth it. I would at least check it out. Check out the iPhone app to start out with because you can edit some photos quick and get a feel for it to see if something you might like. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.